Hi students, welcome to maths class. In this section we are studying about principal value of a complex number. Okay, we know that what is a complex number? A complex number is z equal to z is of the form x plus I1. Okay, that is a complex number. In this section we are studying about the principal value of z. What do you mean by principal value of z? Just listen. Since we know that sin theta and cos theta are periodic functions of theta with the period 2 pi radians. Argument of z is multiple value. However, there is one and only one value for theta lying between minus pi and pi. Satisfied. If z equal to x plus iy, then we can write z equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, comparing these two equations, then we can write x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Okay, x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Z equal to x plus iy. When this complex number is represented in the polar form, then z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Comparing these two quantities, we can write x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Then the unique value argument of z such that minus pi less than argument of z less than or equal to pi is called the principal value, or its another name is principal amplitude of argument z and is denoted by argument z. Okay. Remember that principal value. What do you mean by if x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta, then this unique value of argument of z such that minus pi less than argument of z less than or equal to pi is called the principal value. The principal value, its another name is principal amplitude of z and is denoted by arg z. Okay. Now remember that the range of the principal value is open closed interval. That is, its range is minus pi to pi. Half open, half closed. That means minus pi is not included, but pi is included. Okay. This is the range of the principal value of the open closed interval minus pi. Okay. Now, what do you mean by conjugate of a complex? Conjugate of the polar form of a complex number. Just listen. Here, x equal to z equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. Then the conjugate is denoted by z bar. Z bar is equal to r into cos minus theta plus I sin minus theta. Okay, that is equal to, we know that cos minus theta is cos theta. Therefore, it will become r into cos theta. Next, sin minus theta is minus sin theta. Okay, remember that sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Therefore, this will become minus I into sin theta. Okay, that is our conjugate of z of the polar form. That is z bar equal to r cos theta minus I sin theta. Then another important thing is there. Listen. The principal amplitude of the complex numbers a plus ib minus a plus ib Okay, here is the complex number, then the principal value, is principal value or principal amplitude. Principal value is, if it is A plus IB, then the principal value is tan inverse B by E. Okay, if the complex number is of the form A plus IB, then the principal value can be calculated by using the equation tan inverse B by E. Okay, and the second one, if the principal value is minus A plus IB, if the complex number is minus A plus IB, then the principal value can be calculated by using the equation pi minus tan inverse B by E. Okay, and if the complex number is of the form minus A minus IB, then the principal value can be calculated by using the equation minus pi plus tan inverse B by E. And the last one is, if the complex number is the form A minus IB, then the principal value can be calculated by using the equation minus tan inverse B by E. Okay, what the idea? If it is A plus IB, then the principal value can be calculated by using the form tan inverse B by E. If it is minus A plus IB, then we can calculate the principal value using the equation pi minus tan inverse B by E. If it is minus A minus IB, then the principal value can be calculated by minus pi plus tan inverse B by E. If it is A minus IB, then the principal value is minus tan inverse B by E. This is very important. Please write down on your notebook. Okay, remember that another name for principal value is principal amplitude. Okay, now we can do some problems. Okay, please write down on your notebook. This is the form of complex number. Then we can find out the principal value using these equations. 4 equations are there. Very important. Okay, now we can do some problems based on principal value. Okay, my first question is, find the principal amplitude of minus I. Okay, that is my first question. Find the principal amplitude, or its another name is principal value. Find the principal value of minus I. Okay, minus I. My first question is, find the principal amplitude of minus I. Okay, we want to find out the principal amplitude of minus I. Just listen. Minus I can be represented, first we may convert minus I into the polar form. That is, we can first minus I can be converted into, we can write this minus I as 0 plus I into minus 1. Okay, this is of the form x plus I by 4. First we may convert our question into the form x plus I by. Therefore, minus I can be represented by 0 plus I into minus 1. Okay, then 0 minus 1, which is the points lies in the intersection of the third and fourth quadrant, and hence the principal amplitude of minus I is argument of z. that can be calculated by, we know that if minus I equal to 0 plus I into minus 1, then what is x? X equal to r cos theta. Here this is of the form, x plus iy. Remember that this is of the form x plus iy. Therefore, x equal to r cos theta, that is equal to 0, and y equal to r sin theta, which is equal to minus 1. Okay, x equal to r cos theta equal to 0 and y equal to r sin theta equal to minus 1. Then the principal value tan theta can be calculated by, then the theta can be calculated by theta equal to tan inverse of y by x. Theta equal to tan inverse of y by x, that is equal to tan inverse of, that is y equal to minus 1 divided by 0. Okay, that is minus can be taken out, say minus tan inverse of 1 by 0. Therefore, remember that that is equal to minus tan inverse of 1 by 0 is pi by 2. Therefore, theta equal to minus pi by 2, that is argument of z is equal to minus pi by 2. Okay, that is our question. Find the principal amplitude. Principal amplitude of this question is, answer is minus pi by 2. That is how find the answer. Remember that it lies between minus pi less than minus pi by 2 less than or equal to pi. This is the principal amplitude. Principal amplitude is minus pi by 2. That is our final answer. Okay. We can find out using the equation theta equal to tan inverse y by x. Here y is minus 1, x is 0. Therefore, tan inverse minus 1 by 0, that is equal to minus pi by 2. Theta equal to pi by 2. This is our principal amplitude of the complex number. Okay, please write down. Now we can do another question based on principal amplitude. My second question is, find the principal amplitude of the complex number. Find the principal amplitude of the complex number. Find the principal amplitude of the complex number minus 1 plus I root 3. Okay. My second question is, find the principal amplitude of the complex number minus 1 plus I root 3. We want to find out the principal amplitude of the complex number minus 1 plus I root 3. How to do it? First, we can write minus 1 plus I root 3 equal to minus 1 plus I into root 3. Okay, I into root 3. Okay, that is equal to, then this is, the value is minus 1 root 3. Remember that, which is a point in the second quadrant. Okay, then what is x equal to? X equal to r cos theta equal to -1. Okay, then y equal to r sin theta equal to √3. Okay, remember that x equal to r cos theta, that is equal to -1 from this complex number. This complex number is of the form x plus iy. Therefore, x is -1 and y is √3. X equal to r cos theta equal to -1, y equal to r sin theta equal to √3. Okay, then tan theta equal to y by x. Okay, what is our y? √3 by -1. Okay, therefore theta equal to, we know that tan theta is √3 by -1. Then what is theta? Theta equal to tan inverse √3 by -1. Okay, tan inverse √3 by -1. That is, this minus can be taken outside. Then theta equal to minus tan inverse √3 by 1. That is tan inverse √3. Okay, then what is theta? Then theta equal to minus of tan inverse √3 by 1. Then theta is equal to, remember that theta is 2 pi by 3. The value of theta is 2 pi by 3. Remember that 2 pi by 3 lies between minus pi less than 2 pi by 3 less than or equal to pi. Therefore, the principal amplitude of the complex number is theta equal to 2 pi by 3 is the final answer. Okay, write down on your notebook. Theta equal to 2 pi by 3. Our question is find the principal amplitude of the complex number. Principal amplitude means principal value. Here the principal value is theta equal to 2 pi by 3. Okay, write down on your notebook. Okay, now we can move to our next question. Okay, our next question is, please write down on your notebook. Okay, now we can move to our next question. Next question is, find the principal amplitude and modulus of the principal amplitude and modulus of the complex number 1 by 1 plus I. Okay, our next question is find the principal amplitude and modulus of the complex number 1 by 1 plus I. Okay, what is our first step? First step, we may convert this complex number into the form x plus iy. Okay, you know that first one is 1 by 1 plus I. 1 by 1 plus I, then multiply the numerator and denominator by using 1 minus I. 1 minus I divided by 1 minus I. On the numerator, 1 into 1 minus I. 1 into 1 minus I is 1 minus I divided by, this is of the form a plus b into a minus b. That is a square minus b square. But remember that here a is 1. 1 square is 1. Next, minus of I square. What is I square? I square is minus 1. Therefore, minus of minus 1, that will become plus 1. That is equal to, which is equal to 1 minus I by 2. That is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2i. Okay. Now this is of the form x plus yi form. Okay. Remember that we want to find out the principal amplitude and the modulus of the complex number 1 by 1 plus I. 1 by 1 plus I can be converted into x plus I by 4. Therefore, first we may multiply the numerator and the denominator with the 1 minus I. 1 minus I. Here is also 1 minus I. Then the numerator is 1 minus I divided by denominator is 1 plus 1. That is equal to 2. Therefore, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2i. Okay. Next, we can find out the modulus. Modulus is equal to root of x square plus, if z equal to x plus I by, then modulus of z equal to root x square plus y square. Okay, remember that if z equal to x plus I by, then modulus of z equal to root x square plus y square. That is, here is 1 by 2 is x square plus minus 1 by 2 square. That is equal to root 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 equal to root 2 by 4. 2 and 4 cancel 2. Then the answer is 1 by root 2. Modulus is equal to 1 by root 2. Okay. First we may find out modulus of the complex number. Here the modulus of the complex number is 1 by root 2. Now we want to find out the amplitude, principal amplitude. Next section is we want to find out the principal amplitude. First you may write modulus is equal to 1 by root 2. Please write down on your notebook. Okay, modulus is 1 by root 2. Next section we want to find out the principal amplitude. Okay, listen how to find out the principal amplitude. Okay, you know that 1 by 1 plus I, that is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2i. Okay, therefore what is x? X equal to r cos theta equal to 1 by 2 and y equal to r sin theta is equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay, x equal to r cos theta, that is here 1 by 2, y is here minus 1 by 2. Okay, then it is clear that which lies in the fourth quadrant. Okay, first one is positive, second one is negative. Therefore, which lies in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, then we can find out tan theta equal to y by x, that is minus 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. That is equal to minus 1. 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 cancel. Then tan theta equal to minus 1. That means theta equal to tan inverse minus 1. Theta equal to tan inverse minus 1. Okay. That is equal to tan inverse minus 1 is minus tan inverse 1. Okay. Then what is the value of tan inverse 1? We know that it is pi by 4. Therefore, theta equal to minus of tan inverse 1. You know that tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. Therefore, our amplitude is, principal amplitude is theta equal to minus pi by 4. It is clear that it lies minus pi less than minus pi by 4 less than or equal to pi. Okay. Remember that. Therefore, our final answer is the principal amplitude is minus pi by 4. That is our final answer. Okay. Okay, next is now we can move to our next question. Okay. Our next question is find the modulus of the complex number. Find the modulus of the complex number sin beta plus I cos beta. Okay, find the modulus of the complex number sin beta plus I cos beta. Okay, we know that if z equal to x plus iy, then modulus of z equal to root x square plus y square. Okay. Comparing this equation with this one, that is z equal to x plus iy. Here what is x? X is sin beta. What is y? Y is cos beta. Therefore, modulus of sin beta plus I cos beta is equal to root of first x square. Here x is sin beta. Sin beta square, sin square beta plus next one is y. Y is cos beta. Therefore, cos square beta. That is root of sin square beta plus cos square beta. What is sin square beta plus cos square beta? We know that is 1. Therefore, root 1. That is equal to 1 is the final answer. Therefore, modulus of the complex number sin beta plus I cos beta is answer is 1. Okay, got the idea? Please write down on your notebook. Hi students, now we can learn complex exponential function. Okay, before that, first we can study about exponential function. What do you mean by exponential function? That is e raised to x equal to e raised to x is the exponential function. That's value is equal to e raised to x equal to 1 plus x plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. x raised to n by n factorial plus etc. Okay, what is e raised to x? E raised to x is the exponential function. That is equal to 1 plus, here is actually x by 1 factorial. We know that 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial, 1 factorial is, remember that 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial means 1 into 2. 3 factorial means 1 into 2 into 3. Continuing like this, n factorial equal to 1 into 2 into 3 into etc. n minus 1 into n. That is n factorial. Okay, here exponential function e raised to x is equal to, remember that this very important, e raised to x equal to 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus x raised to n by n factorial plus etc. Okay, remember that n factorial means 1 into 2 into 3 into etc. n minus 1 into n. That is n factorial. Now we get the exponential function. Now listen, exponential function of real numbers. Similarly, we can find out complex exponential function. Complex exponential function that is denoted by the letter e raised to z. That is e raised to z. E raised to z equal to 1 plus x is replaced by z. 1 plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus etc. z raised to n by n factorial plus etc. This is our complex exponential function e raised to z. Okay, now the value obtained by putting z equal to 1. We are putting z equal to 1. Then we will get e raised to 1. E raised to 1 is e. That is equal to z is replaced by 1. E raised to 1. That is equal to 1 plus z equal to 1. 1 square by 2 factorial. That is 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 cube by 3 factorial. That is 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. plus 1 by n factorial plus etc. Okay. This number, that is e raised to 1, is the real number e and is called Euler number. This number is called, remember that this number is called Euler number. Its pronunciation is Euler. Here e is silent. Remember that Euler number. This number is called Euler number. Okay, Euler number is obtained by, we know that e raised to z is this one. When putting z equal to 1, then we will get 1 plus etc. This e raised to 1 is called our Euler number. Okay, please write down. This is very important. E raised to z. Exponential function e raised to z is equal to 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus etc. Okay, please write down on your notebook. Now we can move to our next section. Listen. Next one is, we know that e raised to z equal to 1 plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus z raised to n by n factorial plus etc. Okay, now when z equal to I theta, that is theta is real, then this equation will become e raised to I theta. That is equal to z is replaced by I theta. Then this equation is changing into e raised to I theta equal to 1 plus I theta square by 2 factorial plus I theta cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus I theta raised to n by n factorial plus etc. Okay, remember that when z is replaced by I theta, we obtain e raised to I theta equal to 1 plus I theta square by 2 factorial plus I theta raised to cube by 3 factorial plus etc. I theta raised to n by n factorial. That is equal to, e raised to I theta is equal to 1 plus I theta, next I square theta. I square theta square. What is I square? We know that I equal to root minus 1. I square is minus 1. I cube is minus I. I raised to 4 is again plus 1. Remember these values. I equal to root minus 1. I square is minus 1. I cube is minus I raised to 4 is 1. Okay, therefore this equation I square theta square, that is minus theta square by 2 factorial. Okay, minus theta square by 2 factorial. Then I cube theta. What is I cube? I cube is minus I. That is equal to minus I into theta cube by 3 factorial. Next plus I raised to 4 theta 4. What is I raised to 4? We know that I raised to 4 is 1. Therefore next term is theta raised to 4 by 4 factorial plus etc. Next one is minus. Alternatively plus and minus. Okay, then listen. This is equal to 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial plus theta raised to 4 by 4 factorial minus etc. This is our first set plus then the next one is I is taken outside, then the remaining is first here is the power is even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8 etc. Next we are writing the powers of odd function. The power is odd, that is I theta, here is I cube, next I theta raised to 5 etc. That is I into theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. Okay. E raised to I theta is this function is split into 2 parts. First one is 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial plus theta raised to 4 by 4 factorial etc. Second one is I is taken outside, then the remaining is I into theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta raised to 5 by 5 factorial etc. Remember that here this function is the expansion of the trigonometric function cos theta. Cos theta is 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial plus theta raised to 4 by 4 factorial minus etc. plus I into this is the expansion of the trigonometric function sin theta. That is, remember that e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Very important. E raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. This relationship is called Euler formula. This relationship is called Euler formula. Please write down on your notebook. First e raised to I theta, then we are splitting this into 2 parts. First part is cos theta and the second part is I sin theta. Then we will get an equation like this. E raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. This relationship is known as Euler's formula. Remember that this relationship is called Euler's formula. Okay, very important. Please write down on your notebook. Next is Next one is listen. We will obtain e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, this formula is called Euler's formula. Okay, now if we replace theta with n theta, then e raised to I n theta. E raised to I, if theta is replaced by n theta, then e raised to I n theta is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, remember that if theta is replaced by n theta, then we will obtain e raised to I n theta, that is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, now we also know that next multiplication in polar form. If z1 equal to r1 e raised to I theta 1 and z2 equal to r2 e raised to I theta 2. z1 equal to r1 e raised to I theta 1 comma z2 equal to r2 e raised to I theta 2. Then what is z1 into z2, which is equal to r1 e raised to I theta 1 into r2 e raised to I theta 2. That is equal to r1 into r2 into e raised to I theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay, that is our z1 into z2. Remember that if z1 is r1 e raised to I theta 1 and z2 is r2 e raised to I theta 2, then the multiplication z1 into z2 equal to r1 into r2 into e raised to I theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay, then we can define the division in polar form also. What is the division in polar form? Just listen. This is the multiplication in polar form. Next step is division. If z1 equal to r1 e raised to I theta 1 and z2 equal to r2 e raised to I theta 2, and remember that z2 not equal to 0, then we can define z1 by z2 is equal to r1 e raised to I theta 1 divided by r2 e raised to I theta 2, which is equal to r1 by r2 into e raised to I theta 1 minus theta 2. We know that a raised to m divided by a raised to n is a raised to m minus n. Same model, e raised to I theta 1 divided by e raised to I theta 2, that is equal to e raised to I theta 1 minus I theta 2. I is taken outside, then the remaining is I into theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay. Please write down on your notebook. Another important thing is, next one is De Moivre's formula. What do you mean by De Moivre's formula? Listen. We know that e raised to I theta, the whole raised to n can be written as e raised to I n theta. Okay. E raised to I theta, the whole raised to n equal to e raised to I n theta. Okay. Then what is e raised to I theta? We know that e raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta the whole raised to n, which is equal to e raised to I n theta, that is cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This equation is called De Moivre's formula. Very, very important. Remember that cos theta plus I sin theta the whole raised to n equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This formula is called De Moivre's formula. Very, very important. Please write down on your notebook. Next we can do a problem. Please write down De Moivre's formula. This one is called De Moivre's formula. Okay. For example, I will write an example. Cos theta plus I sin theta the whole raised to 5 equal to cos 5 theta plus I sin 5 theta. Okay, an example. Cos theta plus I sin theta the whole raised to 5 is equal to cos 5 theta plus I sin 5 theta. An example for De Moivre's formula. Okay, please write down on your notebook. Next we can do a simple problem. We can do a problem. Question is, find the exponential form of the number. Find the exponential form of the number -1 minus I. Okay. Here, when comparing this equation with the x plus iy, we obtain the solution is x equal to -1, comma y equal to -1. Then r equal to mod z equal to root of x square plus y square, that is -1 square plus -1 square, that is equal to root 2. Okay, r equal to root 2. And -1, this lies in the fourth quadrant. Then tan theta equal to -1 divided by -1, which implies theta equal to -3π/4. Okay, therefore our exponential form is the exponential form of -1 minus I equal to r into, what is r? R is root 2. Root 2 into e raised to I into -3π/4. Okay, this is our exponential form. Remember that -1 minus I is equal to r into e raised to I theta. R is root 2. Root 2 into e raised to I into, that is theta -3π/4. This is the exponential form of the number -1 minus I. Okay, please write down on your notebook. Thank you for watching. For more educational videos, please subscribe our channel. If you have any doubt, then please write down on the comment box below.